So this will be step 4 of the user account email verification. In this tutorial, in this part, we are going to be setting up the email context. Email context is simply an object that holds the email. So it's like a POJO for the email. So it contains from, to, subject, body, and all that. So let's create this email context. We are going to put everything related to email in a package called mailing. So I'm going to create a new package and we are going to call it mailing. And here I'm going to create the abstract email context. So you can send different kinds of email, right? You can send password reset requests. You can send account verified. You can send an account locked email. So different emails can be sent, but we want a parent, a superclass. This is abstract class that contains the common properties of all emails, which you of course know, which is from, to, subject, and maybe one or two more. So let's call this abstract email context, and this will be an abstract class. It will be an abstract class, and it will have a number of properties. And those properties will simply be email properties. So it's going to be, so we need also to have a constructor that initializes this email. So let's create the constructor public. So this constructor will be used to set an empty hash map of the email properties. So think of it as a dictionary, the keys and the values. So you have all these keys, and we want to have values for them. So the best way to hold this data is in a hash map. So I'm going to say this.context, and of course we need a context object here, private a map of string and string context. Okay, and this.context is equal to new hash map, an empty hash map, right? Then we need to initialize, so we need another property, another field. So it's going to be init using the context. So public void init, and we will be creating different contexts. So we don't know which context we are going to use. So let's use a generic type. So it's going to be type T to be the context, and this type T, we just provide the generic type parameter here, context. Okay, so this is our abstract email context. So this is any email that we are going to be sending, we will extend this class to be able to create that email. Template location, that is very important. A template is the format of this email in HTML. So normally we store the template as a HTML file that formats the body or the styling of the body of this email. So that template is a HTML file in some location. So the file part of this template is what we call the template location, so that the context can read, we can read the context processor, or the email processor can read the context and use it to format the data of this email and send it to the user. So we've completed step 4, and let's now move to step 5. If you have challenges, just to remind you, please let me know before you move on, because this is meant to be beginner friendly.